I did. I got.
Hey, Chris, we're live. We're live. All right, we are gonna go inside and let's go. Good, Ariel. We're the police.
Get a free bus, can you send them down our way here?
Masks in our.
Can you call our contact? Here, there, so what's that? To 23, I think it's going to be on this side of the building here. Yeah, I'll go around.
Caller's on the way down now. Do you need her to a specific entrance?
I think she'll figure it out. I should be able to see her when she goes in the hallway.
Yeah, for that.
I'm on scene. There's a caller at 615 Uni.
Yes, he'll be at Los Ocompos.
Okay.
23.
One second.
5324 382.
382.
1737 Bush Avenue, and I'm off for check. Compromise at Avenue, I'm going to hold this number all day.
Tattoos.
1324 in route.
382 in road.
23. Copy 2303.
8194.
8194.
Copy clear. 5 to August DLC.
Sorry.
I copy yours. En route to the alarm at 6:50. Tell him for unknown audible or silent covering burglary, rear infrared motion. Thanks, Nancy.
271 at DLC.
Thanks, real quick.
What's that siren there, Joe? Yours is open, buddy. All right, we're back. Sorry it took us so long.
Western Avenue for disturbance.
Oh.
Plain love using
I put my other phone. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's good.
So I got some Twinkies. Today I upgraded too, because besides the Twinkies, everybody knows that besides the Hostess Twinkie, the next best treat is the Hostess cherry pie. Indisputable late night snack, Hostess cherry pie. So
312, can I have the CN over here, please?
Case number
So,
1591.
we gotta sanitize our hands before we go anywhere there, Joe.
Thank you.
Got a lot of friendly people in there today. This is the center of the universe right here. Holiday, Rice, Pennsylvania. Now my partner Joe is a little tired, so I hope you guys will do me a favor and just give him a little shout out. Tell him, Joe, hang in there. Joe, hang in there. How old are you, Joe?
Well, I'm in my 30s. We'll leave it at that, huh?
No, but you look like you're 29.
Thank you.
You look like you're 29.
We'll leave it at that then.
No.
29.
And, you know, you're a young, handsome guy. You should have a little energy. Did your boss make you get to work early today or what?
I work every day. I'm up every day at 6.
6 o'clock. That don't sound right. That's too early.
225.
225.
If you can't understand me, it's because I'm munching on my first Twinkie.
The classic Twinkie. Everybody's favorite.
We might have to get some gasoline. Well, in the next hour, I'm sure there'll be some gunplay.
2306.
How's everyone? Good, good. Thank you for asking. There's a guy in a red shirt. He is everywhere. Somebody commented that he's everywhere, and yes, he is. He's presuming he's doing some requesting money. We'll pull over here a minute, just take a look at some of the questions.
That's
2 on that scene.
While we listen to the radio.
2307.
Call 326.
326.
Well, this nice lady just texted us that when we were roaming around, by the way, this is out to Rev Spence's sister. She said she's ready to go back to work. This lady said when we went by the Best Steakhouse, out of the corner of her eye, she saw her stolen vehicle. So I don't know if she went and found it or not, but she saw her stolen vehicle in our video.
Oh, and that just came in now, though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
You know, I met Reverend Spence a few times now. Just an outstanding individual. Very, very nice man.
Yeah, he's been a part of this community for so many years. Yeah, I got to tell you, I know I've been watching him work. He's been bringing food to people all through the COVID as part of our health team and serving people down at New Hope Church, but bringing food to the neighborhood, the homeless. Him and Star Wars been bringing food down to the homeless as well. Just taking care of others. All right, well, I know it's late, but we're back and rolling, so don't forget to share our live stream with your friends.
TC's on the phone with him right now.
In case they don't know we're going back on. They might not have caught that. We're westbound on University from Marion.
271.
271.
Prius at UCM through Florence. Using Broadway and 7th. Put us out on that, please.
I'm assuming it's working. I don't know. I was afraid we can only do 4 hours in a 24-hour period, but we won't know for a few more minutes because
I'll be up with State Patrol, eastbound 36, just west of Wayfair.
yeah, a crime solver, Tracy Spence. That's her name. Reverend Spence's sister.
You would to the right color can hear a male yelling and glass breaking, and have somebody check on her, unknown who she is. Color is unknown.
Okay, pull that cat up. 1380 Hewitt. Of course, Hewitt's right by Hamlin University, and we know that Hamlin is 1340 because Lexington is 1100, Hamlin is a half a mile, so that's 240 miles, 240 numbers, and we're going to 1380 Hewitt.
Power source.
Oh, it's on the floor there somewhere. I think it goes on the right side.
Well, it's in here, so I must have went.
So yeah, there's a little plug there.
I'll find it.
Anyhow, we're going to run down to 1380 Hewitt, some glass breaking. That's right by Hamlin and Hewitt, right near Hamlin University there. We'll go up to Minnehaha. Take Minnehaha down, sort of where we went to Aldine. By the way, there are suspects in that Aldine shooting that we went to. Remember the other day at night? We saw the man laying on the ground, and then back at the house, 1737. So they have developed suspects. We're actively looking for those suspects. Can't tell you who they are, but the good news is the person survived, and we know who the shooters were.
9173, I copy on route to the suspicious vehicle at 4780 Centerville Road.
Here, there you go. Good, right?
Well,
Except that this, we're trying to get our CAD plugged in.
75 copy.
Is that light on now? Yeah, it should be good now. It's got to charge up. Yeah, our power cord to our CAD was unplugged, so we got to wait for our CAD to pump up. It'll take a few minutes, and we might have to log in again. But we know where we're going.
that could be a sign.
30 traffic.
This will be a sign. So,
3930.
anyhow, Tracy Spence, thank you so much for sticking with us and monitoring and helping us solve crime. I do understand that the other night when I was a kitty corner from Reverend Spence's house that young man didn't actually tell me the truth about who he was, but that's okay. You're on patrol with us, Trace. On patrol. You're gonna need this one, right? Do you think it might stay in there, Joe?
It's possible.
Sometimes it stays logged on. If you need that, the first part's 2400.
I think we're good.
We're good. Didn't die.
Very, very good.
Good news. All right. Well, We are at Lexington.
225 PBB.
Yeah, let's worry about it after we end this call because we're almost there.
Great,
Hand me that thing back. We'll just get it later.
1380 Hewitt.
Shoot. Glass breaking.
About 5 calls on channel 3.
So just remember, even numbers, south side, odd numbers, north side.
512, I'm sorry. 1743 Iowa Avenue East. Tom's advised that there's a male sitting in front of Tom's door, unit 406, holding a basket in the bay. That's your fortune.
Clear. Alright, so we're going north on Hamlin from Minnehaha. Alright, this is Inglewood Seminary. Oh,
think we got a squad ahead
there's
of
a
us.
squad in front of us. Well, that's good news. That's good news. Hubbard. So they're going down the street. These are short blocks here, so it ain't gonna be too far from the corner. There, he's got a spotlight on, looking for the address.
150's out.
That's 115. They checked out.
2350.
We'll go around to the side here. This is Albert Street. These cars have garages. There's no real alley, but
211 and 220.
here's the thing: if there is a suspect, he's gonna bail out the backyard.
220.
And so
560 State Street.
Better off-
Crash and scream.
better off being in the
Vehicles
back.
surrounded by people. There's possible person on the ground. To the medic room.
Hello, Joey.
202, did you copy as well?
So the house is like half
Sure,
block
did you
over that
copy?
way. Those are the houses on the back side.
202, I did not.
We'll kind of sit here for a little
Accident
bit.
with injuries, 560 State Street.
You see them
Copy that,
over
thank
that
you.
way, Joe? Not too
23.
good, huh?
Nothing.
225 advised, send me that.
In case he bails out of the house. This is the Jules Fairbanks Chemical Dependency Building. 806 Albert. The squads are checking out the house right over there on the other side of the fence. But if you did flee, you'd almost have to come this way.
Why don't you send me that call? I'll be 10-8 from this one.
Copy for 1 State Street. We have a
015.
stating there is a silver.
Turn in a copy of weapons complaint. One anonymous caller, 122060 the Wood Street. Tom could hear a male, turn another male with a gun, current on the first floor.
1226
Copy.
Hazelwood. Probably one of the more dangerous
300 copies.
apartments in the city.
Right behind.
Right behind Sam's.
And 300, can you put myself in 301 with 366 call?
Copy, 207.
I'm gonna back up just to make sure nobody runs behind us. I hit a rock.
Right, squads your status.
You and AUR control for now.
Copy.
So I'm suspecting they'll clear the call here shortly. When they do, then.
And 211, the vehicle turned right towards 62.
Got it.
Squad 324. 324. Assisted 382. Assisted 5318.
5 on the block.
All right.
211.
Just checked out the call in the CAD there, Joe. Just think sometimes they clear on the CAD
Well,
without.
the problem is I might have to log back in if you remember.
225, when you get our location, I'm not seeing anything on you.
Yeah, it looks like you're okay.
They're stating that the person that got hit went across the street of 567 State in a peach-colored house. It's a male wearing a hooded sweatshirt and jeans.
You good? Here they go. They're clearing.
Copy.
2219.
This guy's walking out.
How's it going? We had some glass breaking on a house north of you here. So we're just checking. If anybody ran, they'd have to run through your lot. So, but I guess that'll do the squat. Pardon me? Yeah. No, I know. How are you doing? Good.
Good. I haven't seen nothing. I've been watching the cameras, so.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot. See you. See you. Thank you.
Keep looking at PT. Traffic.
We'll be checking 580.
For the victim.
Copy 580 State.
Hello, this is Bob. Eddie, how are you? No, I don't. What Ramsey County line? Oh, no, sorry.
Or you're not traffic.
289.
St. Alice and Sherburne. Echo Juliet
Yeah.
Alpha 434.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I figured you guys were going to just take and run with it from there, but did our investigator develop a rapport with her then, or is that?
316. 324.
316.
Union 51, Magnolia Avenue East, Unit 104, domestic, language line, Spanish convenience.
Yeah, no, whatever works best for the victim. We're not trying to take any work from you. You know that, right? Yeah.
316, copy.
She is good in that field though. That's she's worked some of those cases before. So that's a good niche for her. So I'm glad she's willing. I didn't even know she was out there. I ran up there, but I left before there's a lot of people out there. So yeah. No, she walked away. She left. The family knew it. It's a complicated thing. I don't want to say too much at the moment, but yeah, it's but yeah, they're all legitimate people. Just you know. Well, I don't know if it's good or bad, but thanks for telling me that. All right. Thanks. I always enjoy hearing from you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. talk to you. Bye. That was St. Paul Police Watch Commander. And we were talking about working on a case jointly between our people and theirs. Somebody is going to have to, you're going to have to you tell Joe it's not that late. It's only 11:23, Joe. So, and Joe didn't want any Mountain Dew. I don't know what that's about.
I did have one Mountain Dew earlier.
Well, we got to go for 2 Mountain Dews. You can have my cherry pie.
Could have went for a Twinkie though.
Well, you should have grabbed some.
Very stingy.
I was buying.
No, I'm just kidding.
I got a cherry pie instead.
8190.
I don't know if Carol Beeson or Mike Beeson are watching. My old partner, Mike Beeson, used to drive these same streets with him, and I always buy Mike carrots because his eyes weren't very good. I was trying to make sure that he could see where we're going when we were in chases. So I would eat the Twinkie and I'd make sure Mike had carrots. I don't actually know if the carrots work, but seemed like a good idea.
Could roll by 5th and Cedar. That might be a...
Yeah, we should go downtown a little bit, huh? And the west side keeps being busier. I don't know if you noticed that, but the west side's been busier and busier.
His name is Martin. He's a Spanish male in his 20s.
Copy.
I do have it.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm a big movie buff. I've seen probably every movie there is. And
361.
when I go home at night, I like to watch a movie. There's some homeless people
Attached
there.
Department 205 to the
Sad
call.
as that is, I hope they're just waiting for the bus.
Come inside.
But have you noticed there's not any good movies on Xfinity anymore? I mean, there's no new movies. They haven't been producing them for a while.
No.
So you can't really find any good movies. I mean, you gotta watch old ones on Netflix, or But I guess that's one of the reasons that this live show is good, because you can't find any more good movies.
That is true.
At least I can't find any.
Netflix, you got Amazon Prime, Hulu.
Well, there's a squad. We got a little sewer gas down in this area. You smell that? Or?
You certainly do.
What's going on with that?
You can change to a suspicious. Clear GOA with 202 in Central.
26.
Just regarding the video, it seems like when it's darker, the colors tend to come out more than when we were.
216 horizon.
526.
More vibrant.
I don't know. Tip that up a little bit later to put a little more roll.
383.
383.
794 Forest Street, Reno number 2. On it just early. There's a banging, screaming coming from the apartment. Somebody's yelling, "I'm gonna kill everyone up there." There's a child in the apartment who's being yelled at.
Copy. En route.
All right, Tracy, if you're watching, we're going to go by Spence's house to make sure he's in there sleeping. First, we got to check this car out here.
189 traffic.
188.
189 traffic with Dale Minnehaha 703 Uniform Zulu Alpha.
Dale and Minnehaha. 2328.
Well,
Just 182.
if Betty's asleep, Trace, you tell her we're keeping a good eye on her neighborhood.
282.
See what's going on here.
Westbound 36, Lex. Fires en route for smoke coming.
381. 323 on the suspicious. The Question Atlantic. There's 3 males carrying
What's that guy in that car again?
Sales to the northeast corner.
What the hell? This guy lied to me.
Asian males want a shirtless.
How's it going tonight, partner? How's it going tonight? Good. I talked to Rev Spence. Guess what he told me?
111.
He said
Caller
you
saying
didn't
she's
give me
going
your
to the front
real
of the building
name.
and that the male is
Yeah, last time I was here the other night, Friday. Did he? What's your name?
Cancel 381, I'll go with 323.
I'm sorry, what is it? Jeremy? Oh, okay. Well, I don't mind that you're out here. Kind of a regular thing for you, huh? Chilling? You know, you gotta get off that phone, though. It'll kill you, that phone. What are you doing, Instagram? Snapchat? Yeah? I got a 15-year-old. It seems like he's on that phone nonstop. Yeah. Keeps you up all night, though. You know? I think I'm going to deputize you to keep an eye on this neighborhood. Yeah, as long as you're out here. If you see any strange cars, you dial 911. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad I saw you again. Have a good night. Thanks. Oh, a car door open. Got your flashlight?
I'm getting in it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're missing a door. How's it going?
Everything all right?
Would you have a moment? Can you please help?
God
All right.
bless.
Thank you.
All right, well, in a few minutes, Joe, what time you got to be to work tomorrow? 8?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to take you back in a few minutes.
Pennsylvania.
We might as well go to
Oh,
midnight.
I want to show them the jail, too, on our way down there.
She told the cops that someone was going to kill her. She saw a male in the corner, something in his hand, stated it was a gun. It's going to be a 20-year-old black male, 5'7", average build, wearing a red and black sweatshirt, black pants. Female is a 20-year-old black female, 5'6", 200 pounds, was last seen southbound, raised on foot.
26 copy.
Did she say he had a gun? That's the
2331.
holiday station, Rice in Pennsylvania. The lady's reporting that a guy had a gun.
She's unsure though if he was actually holding the gun.
He threatened to kill her or threatened to use it on her.
Real.
Are you checking it?
The cop just saw
That's fine.
two females running from 2 males.
189 traffic.
I'm going to get a lot of strange calls
189.
at this time of night.
Edmund and Delta Yankee Romeo 911. Excuse me, 991. Slow to stop.
Edmund and Dale, which way is he going?
Copy. And then what was your cross?
Dale.
Dale Street.
Dispatch crowd. Copy. Slow to stop. 2332.
When they say slow to stop, it means that
110 report.
they're not sure
Just
if they're
around
going
the
to
corner.
run or not or what.
2332.
So we're going to make a little detour up to Edmund and Dale. We do not see him on Dale, so he must be on Edmund. It's either right or left. We'll stop here and look for the lights. What do you see to your side, Joe?
Up down here.
Huh?
To your right.
Okay.
3926, checking traffic.
Well, we don't really want to.
Be in the
Warren and
crossfire.
Beal
here.
in the same record for.
We don't want to go in.
Code for
We don't want to go in
2336.
front. So we will sneak around the back. However, this St. Paul copper is going to go to the front. He's going around too. Smart. Yeah, you don't want to really get on both sides of the car. It's just things go downhill. You want to be behind the driver, behind the car, in a support position.
5181. 5181. No injuries, fire can cancel.
But since there's two cars there, we'll probably leave them on their own.
Copy.
Second car just backed them up. So down there doing fine. If they need help, they'll call.
We're 47. We're code for medics.
Copy 2335. Four.
You clear us GOA and service
You can come in late tomorrow.
Oh,
You know that,
a
right?
lot of team here, please. Yeah, it's 381.
381 in the team, lot out of domestic. 2335.
I got a question for you.
Detroit area.
Joe, open your door there.
Copy.
All right, so this is one of the great mysteries of patrol. You hear that noise?
They do.
Well,
Can our audience hear it?
no, I don't know if they can hear it, but maybe our audience could help do a little research and explain this phenomenon. I've been driving by this corner, and we're down on.
This to suspicious, and you can clear SNRs.
I think we're on Arundel and Charles.
23.
Yeah, Arundel and Charles. And there's a sewer right here that always has a heavy amount of water running. It doesn't matter if it's winter, summer. And you look down there. If you can look down there, go look down there with your flashlight, Joe. You can see the water down there. So it's one of those things. When you're on patrol, at some point you're just like, why is there so much water? At first I thought there was a water main that was broke. You got a good flashlight?
I do.
Look down that hole there.
4433.
Now I know this looks like a practical joke, but it's actually not. You can see a large volume of water running under here. It's got to be some kind of water main, but it never stops. I've been here 30, 40 times. So if someone knows a public works guy from St. Paul that can help figure out why that...
You can put me out with...
What do you think, Joe? It always runs, nonstop.
That is very, very deep.
Very deep, like
Very deep.
30, 40, 50 feet.
At least.
And a lot of running water, right?
50 feet. A lot of running water.
361, the weapons portion is going to be
It's
unfounded.
got to be some type of main sewer, but you wouldn't think it'd be running that hard all the time.
Just be advised with ease.
So Arundel and Charles, you might be able to research it online. I don't know, but really what I'd like is if somebody knows someone in public works.
Can you put me on a parking complaint at 175?
Remember the
10th
number
Street?
651-448-3810. 651-448-3810.
Trying on 364 call 2337.
Love to find out.
High risk stop.
10-1.
Thorndale Service Drive.
That's out in
Braden.
And one for New Brighton at 2238. 323 squad 0.
Copy 2338.
turn yours on Central, Joe. We'll just monitor that at the same time we're down here.
226.
226.
Clear GOA 228. And log off the passenger.
Everyone, so case number, please.
316, your case number on Magnolia is 159161.
So
Thank you.
downtown
Welcome,
at the law enforcement complex,
373.
373.
there's the sheriff's
Can you
office
put me out of the LEC, please?
and the jail. And that's called the LEC, Law Enforcement Center. Some people call it the Adult Detention Center. It used to be called that when it was on the river. The complex is called the LEC. And next door to that is the St. Paul Police Department headquarters. In the headquarters, there are all the local the police chief and his administrative team, Todd Axtell, who does an awesome job. And then the central team is there as well. That's the central precinct.
4480 Squad Road.
In between those two buildings is the communications center and state-of-the-art technology.
2431.
I mentioned to you once before I had to do that for a while back in the 80s. Toughest job around.
2432 or EOT.
Toughest job of those telecommunicators and dispatchers deserve our thanks. They take it very seriously because they know we're totally
111.
we're relying on them.
111, affirmative. That case number is 159157.
So I'm going to take Joe back because he's got to be up in the morning. I'll probably work another hour or so. But we're going to show you where we book prisoners. So in the law enforcement center is a jail. I just was driving by a spot here that reminded me of my buddy John Thompson. And I just got the urge for casetas because John and I meet there and have some casetas. John Thompson and his son. And well, I could go from Samas to Choli there, John, if you're listening.
115, I copy and run to Charles Grotto to check for a suspicious gray car.
Hang on.
Black male exited the car and walked.
8197 transport.
Anyhow, I just got a call there.
8197.
But there's two squads over there.
No,
Whoa,
it's not going to be.
that was close. Anyhow, John Thompson's going to be elected as one of our state representatives here at this 70 days or however many days there are. And looking forward to working with him on some police reform matters that are
Subject
important.
returned, broke Comp's rear window of the vehicle. They just left in a white Subaru, occupied by 3.
Got two great kids that I know. I'm sure there's more, but his daughter and his son.
2342.
Appreciate your friendship.
I'm clear.
But I'm thinking of you, John, because I'm going by the Capitol. This is where you're going to be, January 1. Down here, making some good improvements. Good improvements. Anyhow, back downtown, you got the police department, sheriff's department, the jail's hooked to the sheriff's department, and the communications center as well. And then the other building next to us is the Detox Center. And someday, it's my hope that we'll be able to build a treatment center for chemical addiction. Because 75% of the people that come into our jail have a chemical addiction problem. And we really should be able to get them diverted into some chemical addiction. And on our parking lot behind our building is like to build a structure for chemical addiction treatment. And you know, I had a son that was chemically addicted. I know how it goes when you get into jail and you get off your medication and you need to get back on your meds. But also mental health treatment, because antidepressants and medication for addiction, it's all intertwined because a lot of addicts start self-treating themselves. So, sometimes they try to treat themselves, make themselves up, sometimes down, and we need to be able to, when they come into our jails, recognize that there's a contributing cause to why they're coming to our jail. So there's the detox center there. The next building on our left is the communication center. And then, of course, the police department there.
Any other spots from an EOD?
The lights are on up there in the gymnasium. Not sure if they let them use the gymnasium. And then, we're not going to see the front, but this is where we bring prisoners in. Just going to show you how this works. Usually if I flash my red lights, they'll let us in the door here. They'll assume I'm bringing a prisoner in. And the door will open. And you'll see all these squads that are here. Not going to take you in the jail tonight, but we will do that another time. But there's a state trooper. Right there, you see that door that says intake on the right? And you'll see lockers for the guns. That's where we take the prisoners in. We used to take juveniles in here too and keep them separate, but now all juveniles go directly to the juvenile detention center. They're not even processed here any longer, just to keep sight and sound separation from adults. And you'll see these squads, so these are the number of squads booking prisoners, and inside there, that door that you saw is a place, so there's 4 squads here with prisoners, and they're able to write their reports in there, give DWI tests, interview people if necessary. And then right above us, what we did is when we built this jail, and I was the sheriff when we built it, right above us, this Sally Port is a target range that we do all our qualifications. So the noise doesn't affect anybody because it's above the garage. And we try to qualify 8 times a year with a variety of different things. We qualify shooting straight, but also with gloves, with in the dark. As I pull up to this door, it should open up. This is called our Sally Port. And the garage ahead of us there is the Sally Port, or the entrance for Detox. So that's where we're at. And on the back side, I'm just going to turn around real quickly for you. Most of you probably have not been down here, but
That's a good thing.
yeah, it's a good thing. Or if you were down here, it was from the inside. This tall 6-story building right here that you're looking at now, you can't really see the whole building, but it goes up 6 stories. That is our jail. There you go, Joe. Thank you for tipping that up there. Even before the George Floyd incident, the last year and a half, we've been researching all sorts of different options and tools for officers, because there are a number of less lethal type or non-lethal type of weapons out there. You call them weapons, but obviously the taser, actually long-term mace is never, where's your car, Joe?
In the back lot.
Mace has never really hurt anybody, but
Like I say.
there's bolo wrap, the new thing that wraps people up. So there's a variety of new techniques out that we're exploring, so we don't have to have any deadly encounters. No one really wants that. But if you have a person with a knife, here's the thing: when you respond to a call, if everybody knows who has what tool, then if a person gets out of a car with a knife, you'll have a tool there to deal with that won't require deadly force. You're not always going to have that, but if you have time to plan ahead and you know who's trained in what, you know, it saves it. Where's your car? This way?
All the way around.
Now, I want you guys to say goodbye to Joe Miller. He's got to be back early in the morning. And, but he is one of the smartest guys we got when it comes to tying all this up. And we're going to have him again. We're going to go over some of the other murder cases that are pending trial. Pay attention to the, you know, the Jones case that's in trial. And you'll probably hear about how our analysts figured out who the van was. But some great piece of work. I'm not going to let them see what kind of car you got there, Joe, but thank you so much.
It has been a pleasure.
Pleasure, yeah.
Much fun.
You can call Pat Scott when you leave here.
Well, I had some big shoes to fill, so hopefully I did as good as Pat.
Yeah. You did great. You did great. You're a great partner. I felt safe with you out there.
Well, thank you.
That's the important thing.
Thank you.
Felt safe with you out there.
All right.
All right, we'll do this again.
For sure.
You be the weekday partner.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, bud. Thank you.
Be safe, Sheriff.
Safe.
Thank you.
Thanks. Somebody just asked about a curfew. Yes, there technically is a curfew. And unfortunately, there hasn't been any enforcement for a number of years. When I was sheriff the first time, we set up a curfew center. So we had a place to bring kids. And then we called the parents to come and get them. But most of those initiatives disappeared. I'm not exactly certain why. It's something that we're exploring right now as a tool to get control of the streets. But the curfew in each city is slightly different. Ramsey County does have its own curfew, but basically for people under 15, 14, it was 10 o'clock. And for 15, 16, 17-year-olds, it's midnight. Unless you have a permission from your parent to be somewhere. But yes, curfew is an a valuable tool in actually getting people off the street. You know, we would like to do more of that. Let me just see what else.
Can I have another squad assistant tonight for sure?
Somebody asked me why I don't wear a full duty belt. Sometimes I do. In my car I have everything I need, cuffs, mace, etc. I take the tool that I think is necessary for that time, but and obviously I'm not a fan. People asking about defunding the police, I'm clearly not a fan of that. About defunding the police. What else?
Information that was on a medical at 983 Marnie Street South for a 90-year-old male conscious of breathing, abdominal pain at 2352.
All right, just trying to read some of these things. I'm not going to tell you what kind of squad. I've already had several people follow me to calls, and they're all good people. Some of my good friends, actually. Mike and Anna have been there a couple times, but not everybody's so honest. There are some gangsters that I know on this video feed. Sometimes they make comments and give themselves away, but no sense in giving all the pieces together. So this is the back side of the jail here. I'm gonna see if I can tip the camera up a little bit.
Where are you go for? Where are you go for? Probably 23.
I don't know how that's gonna work. Guess we're as good as we can get. We tried to buy this gas station here when we built the jail, but they would not sell except for...
St. Joe. We're 2904. That's requesting a St. Paul squad. They have one in custody.
Unbelievable amount of money they wanted for it.
Around 5. Yep. Requesting you guys return. She started yelling, hurry up, he's fighting me, he has a knife.
Alright.
Copy. You still got her on the line. Tell her go out the front door.
That's at
She just
952.
connected, we can try a callback.
952 East Minnehaha. We
Yes,
will
please.
run over there.
Hold it down.
Highway number 5. I've also left notes for you in the call as well.
Unfortunately, our road looks blocked there. Not good. Woman's being threatened with a knife at 952 East Minnehaha.
Two and 3 on the 23 block.
Area.
2355.
Well, those guys are obviously not going to the call. Good. I did miss my turn there on the arcade, which I did not want to do.
04. Go ahead.
Doesn't happen very often,
Where
but
do you want the St. Paul squad to meet you? ER entrance, please. Copy. Entrance.
Copy. Do we know what the issue is out there?
arcade's got this early
I'm guessing
turn
it's for
here.
a transport. They have one in custody.
Copy.
2357.
A lot of homeless out here this year in the summer. Not good.
213.
Can you confirm the address? We're not finding it. 296 Sherburne.
Copy.
All right,
Disturbance from Bean Winder.
back on track here.
Go to the back for 2137 Sloan Street for a loud party.
Police already went back from the PD.
Yep, we're in conflict. See that
Copy. Do you want me
flashing,
to just record
that
call back?
flashing
Sending
light up
clear.
there? Tells us there's a squad. That
My
flashing
apologies.
white light
Clear
tells us there's
report.
a squad that's coming from a different
Copy. I'll
angle.
show you around.
Actually, he probably already went through.
894 Chris, what is this?
2358.
And here we are. 2 squads in front at 9:52. Go to the rear.
$23.64. $23.64. Can you take me off the board? I'm having computer issues. Copy.
How's it going? You hear any fighting next door? Did you hear any screaming next door?
29 traffic.
Yelling?
1299.
All right, thank you. That's the party at 9:46.
Charles and Albert, gray Toyota, no plates.
Charles and Elder with a gray Toyota, no plates. 2359.
2904.
I hear some loud talking.
2904, your case number is 031988.
Sounds like some male party's trying to explain his way out of getting arrested. So, last thing you want to do is have all the squads run to the same point. Doesn't serve any purpose unless they say they need another backup. However, I'm going to turn the car off for a minute so I can hear better. All right, I'm back. I walked to the front. They were negotiating a domestic up front. A little bit of alcohol involved, but they said they were all good. A little bit of screaming. It's all good. So, I'm going to stay in this area for a little bit because It's not unusual down here in Earl and Beach to have some gunfire exchanged. Been over here as much as I'd like to be, because so we're at Cypress and Margaret. We're gonna go down Margaret to Earl and Margaret Playground here. Right here at Margaret Playground, and then Earl is one of the few streets that crosses the Earl's one of the few streets that crosses the freeway. It's kind of a thoroughfare for people.
And 315, weapons portion is unfounded.
Copy that, Brian.
So the weapons portion of that call, he just got on and said it was unfounded. So right now I'm down about a little under a quarter tank of gas. I don't really like to be under a quarter tank because it wouldn't be the first time that some type of pursuit started where you needed more than a quarter of a tank. I've been in several of them, and I have run out of gas on one. It was very embarrassing, but also I've been in somewhere 10 of the other cars were out of gas, and so they kept pulling off, and I had a full tank. So much rather have a full tank. So we're down here at Earl and Hudson, old Hudson kind of. Very busy here. Both of these bars here have been very active. This is the Mounds Park Sports Bar, where I left here. I'll drive back the other way.
Information about the channels 2 and 0 is headed at 206.
Fair amount of shooting incidents down here on Hudson and 3rd, Hudson and Earl. Try to give you a shot here. Oh, there comes a car. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people outside here. Sometimes some rival gangs just drive by and shoot them up. This saloon here, the St. Paul Saloon, has been problematic too. So we're gonna do a couple drive-bys here.
Bravo 410.
Bravo 410.
Will you put me on a DOC on call 4?
Oh, there's a St. Paul squad checking it out as well. energy outside there. I will say this, Leo's chow mein here, it's a good chow mein. I have been there several times, just to the north here of Mount Park Sports Bar. Still my favorite is House of Wong. And someone did send me a text saying they tried it in House of Wong and they loved it.
And 323.
Glad to hear that.
Go for 12.
312 and 323.
323.
300 a copy. 998 Earl. Comfort 3 shots. Area of Maryland. Earl.
998 Earl,
312 copies.
which is
3 copies.
north of Case and Earl, which is
300 copies.
a couple miles north of us.
I don't know.
Shots fired, but the cops said they thought we were up by Maryland and Earl. So they're gonna probably come zooming by me in a minute. We'll head that direction. I won't be surprised if we get a call back to that Mounts Park Sports Bar. Looks like a lot of people are showing up. What happens is a lot of bars close at midnight now or even earlier, and then people look for the ones that are still open. So I would say that St. Paul has a fair amount of road repair that's needed. If you're watching us bounce all over, it's totally the road. On the road's a little better. So we're at Case. Remember, Case is 960 north. The caller came from 998. But he did say, which is right here, but he did say he thought it was up by Maryland. So we'll just drive slow there.
Case number is 159179.
I do want to say one other thing, that yesterday, the 4th, was the anniversary of Art Blakey's death. Art Blakey was a commander with the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office and the chief of police of the State Fair. Also a Boreas and a West Wind, but probably one of the nicest men that I've ever run across, and a kind-hearted soul toward people. And I was thinking about him yesterday, about how we honor him.
321 in the area.
Copy.
It hit me that his personality is exactly what we need in our future police officers and deputies. Somebody that's part of the community, but also has a kind soul. And we have to do something to honor his legacy by finding people that were like him for the future. If we're going to change anything, we need to change. We need to change toward the way Art Blakey treated people. And his daughter, of course, Brooke, does a great job over at Transit, and she's got the same kindness and care for the homeless now. But I've never really met a person that was as kind as Art.
Code 4, interrupt.
All right, so this call here, shots fired. This is the problem we have, is we don't really know where the shots came from. The person thinks maybe it's north. This is exactly why we need the shot spotter system, so we're not chasing our tails, trying to figure out where the shots came from. Is it fireworks? Again, shot spotter is a sound detection system that can tell you where the shot came from. It can tell you if it was moving at the time, because it's like a car noise.
Can I have a spot assist 228? 295 is good here. There's people
It can
yelling
read
outside of the
the
entrance.
sound wave. It can tell you whether it's fireworks. It can tell you whether it was moving quickly in a car. It's just an amazing technology, and it can tell you where you're likely to find the casings. And the casings are key to us because it ties the gun to other. Every casing has a unique mark by the firing rod. So we need that technology, and it's a 1 or 2 time expense. And after that, Minneapolis has it as well. So obviously the finances of today make it difficult, but we can't keep chasing our tail figuring out where the shots came from. And we had a case last year where the guy laid in the street for 45 minutes because we didn't know where the shots had been fired. He eventually died. So that's my plug for Shot Spotter.
629 right. Code 4.
629 right.
Well, I think I might have mentioned this before, but this is the site of
225 PPV.
225.
John O'Brien's death.
Here's Park.
Their car was northbound. We're looking for a fleeing car northbound here. And the car came down Geranium from the right here and hit them full speed. And both cars went into this building right here on Geranium. The walls were completely destroyed. 2 people died in the civilian car and 1 police officer, Dude O'Brien, and the other police officer was harmed for life. But I was a sergeant on the west side at that time, but of course we were all here, and the car was upside down. It was just a terrible day, but it's just another hazard of the job when people are driving in a reckless, hazardous way, and you're out looking for them.
224 Beyonce.
Got to watch every corner, like someone's coming. His brother Mike O'Brien and I came on together in 1977. We're the infamous class of 77. With guys like Tom Collins.
$271.
Courtesy ride, adult male, female, Bryce and Jessamine.
Bryce and Jessamine, 18 minutes.
Yeah, keep in mind, send me a text if you would like to. It's 651-448-3810. 448-3810. Oh, I forgot earlier, I did get a request to drive by a church. First I gotta go up here. Gotta give another shout out
312.
to Moose Young Hands.
This will be advised with the east. Can you let the boss know only one caller, no evidence found?
Here, I'm just copy. One caller, clear out of it.
Great,
300
stop
copy.
for that one. Greatest hockey coach ever, Moose Young Hands.
323, you can send me that TOC.
321 back at the Holiday Station, 1770 Old Hudson Road. Males acting suspicious. Appears under the influence or refusing to leave. Irish male, 2035 6 Everson.
Old Hudson Road, suspicious male. Phelan Gustafson Arena.
321, copy.
Thank you.
Spent lots of my life in that arena, coaching kids, bringing my own, watching Moose. Greatest comeback of all time was Johnson beating White Bear at Aldrich Arena. I think they were behind 5-2 going into the third period. That was a quarterfinal or the semi. Unbelievable comeback. I am going to head to gas here shortly. I am going to head to gas. At the gas station there. Sunrise Bank, I banked there for a number of years. I started out as St. Anthony Park Bank. First Covenant Church. Diane asked me to drive by there. I'll do that for you, Diane. I don't know if you're still there. People appreciate their neighbors as much anymore as they used to because people don't talk, but if you know Michael and Gretchen Syrian, they both passed away now. Louis Syrian, Michael's brother's still alive, but I'll tell you what, I had two of the finest neighbors that God could give anybody. The key here is we just got to be willing to talk to each other more.
Copy.
There hasn't been a ton of radio calls, but like Bobby always says, nothing happens till 12:15, Dad. Not true, of course, but in the kid world. See how Maryland Avenue, or westbound Maryland from Arcade, how it slowed down in the last 2 hours. Remember all the cars that were out here? Dozens.
213.
213.
I believe the vehicle that the people are talking about is a GMC Dakota, or I'm sorry, a Dodge Dakota Sport pickup truck. Here, I'll get you the VIN in a second.
Copy.
A little quiet on the east side. We'll slide back to Rice Street. Work our way down to get some gasoline. We have pumps in 3 different locations.
44, 47 traffic.
44, 47.
Highway 61 in Frost.
So just a
Very
reminder, if you haven't listened before, the 4000s are Maplewood cars. 5000s are Roseville.
1 Bravo 7 Golf 2 Alpha November 9-1 Sierra 111197.
I copy.
Well, don't forget Friday night, 9/11. 11 p.m. And if during the week, if suddenly you get a notification that we're live, if something happens, if there's a long chase or some type of serious emergency, that we can jump on for a short period of time to show you some great police work.
If you want to do that, then it's coming back clear to a 01 blue Dodge Dakota. And we do have the comp stating that the female that removed the license plate left 3 minutes ago, headed down Goodhue towards the High Bridge in a dark colored vehicle.
Copy.
26 minutes.
You know, the one thing I've learned about about life on this job is that every human being has a unique story.
321 on scene.
And
Yeah, between 6
the path that they got to where they're at is something worth taking time to learn about. It's just a long road. Life's a long road, and everybody gets different obstacles and different challenges put in their place. And if you take time to listen to people, I think the real key is just to listen to people's story to understand them, and you appreciate where they're at. Doesn't matter whether they've had a life of addiction, even the homeless
271.
young gangsters. You just,
Service assisted.
you gotta try. There's a guy with 2 mattresses on his roof. Can you imagine the story he's got there? But if you truly understand people, then some of the
58 last minute, 27.
distrust gets pulled away. I know I'm sounding philosophical, but
The unruly crowd with the female who was not conscious, not breathing.
I have to tell you that the only way we're going to get more compassion and common understanding is understanding, and that means understanding police work too. I mean, it changes your perspective on life. There's no doubt about it. There's no way you can avoid it. And hopefully,
Plus 5121, channel 1.
you can process it for the better good of yourself.
512.
Could you assist medics at 904 Aurora for a crowd that is unruly with medics?
We're going to run down there to 904 Aurora.
Copy and take 20 minutes.
There's apparently a woman that's not doing well, and
20 minutes.
696.
the crowd is a little angry.
696.
Rev Spence, if you're still awake, or
I'll be you.
Tracy, if you're awake, maybe wake them up, tell them to go over to 904.
111, you can cancel on the car.
512, you can be clear.
I know it's a couple blocks away, but
Copy.
we need a good peacemaker like that.
28 minutes. And 111, you can be clear. The medics are leaving and no longer require assistance.
All right.
Copy that time.
So they're clearing after all.
28 minutes.
Disregard Tracy. I'm gonna sneak over and grab some gasoline. First, we'll
271.
take a run.
Can you please change the address to 63 Lawson?
63 Lawson. 29 minutes.
Run through Holiday here. Time to go home, Susie. Susie, seriously, time to go home, buddy.
Two
202.
Can you call the conference supervisor?
Ceasefire,
I
ceasefire.
need a jump start. I need a jump
Ceasefire,
start. I need a jump
ceasefire.
start. I need a jump start.
Yeah, I don't have any cables, do you?
I don't. My car's brand new. I need a jump start though.
You got cables, man?
I don't got no cables, bro. My phone dead too. I'm in the bad side.
227. The round village to you now.
At least 30 minutes.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
You protecting us well?
Trying to.
1490, Lydia.
How am I doing?
Medics are going for a 31-year-old male.
Thank you.
Heart issues.
Huh?
Stay online.
Thank you very much.
Copy.
How about you? Where are you headed?
Huh?
You still out or you going home?
No, I'm working actually.
Oh yeah, where at?
Changes to a welfare check.
Who
Cleared
is?
out, assisted with 124.
Oh, Uber. Good for you. Proud of you. Good for
30
you.
minutes.
I wish I used to carry cables with me, and I could let them use my battery if we could find some cables, but I don't know where they would be. They got cables inside or not? Yeah, check, see if they got cables in there. See if you can borrow them.
$29.04.
2904.
Clear report.
Copy. 8196 right. 30 minutes. Thank you.
32 minutes.
Don't actually approve of this music. How's it going? In the old days, every gas station would have cables. Double piece.
I'm going to my cousin's. I'm sleepy.
Very good.
Huh?
Very good. Have a
Why
good-
not? I carried this. A guy tried to rob me the other night.
Oh my goodness.
You know, homeless. He said, "Where am I going?" They said they're gonna move me to where? What's over there? To the kitchen here? No, I got water.
Well, he's in there work begging for cables, but I don't think they have any.
225.
225.
Copy on 656.
I'm not 100% certain he's sober enough
I'm
to
sorry,
drive
can you repeat
anyhow.
that?
Copy out with 656.
Copy.
No luck with cables? Oh, we'll go meet you over there.
224.
Be at the train platform looking for a suspect. You can send 220 there.
220, did you copy?
He's on the platform here. More than Subway.
On 5.
373.
373.
Clear report 97302. 361.
Captain 4, 35 minutes. Six 5 6, checking your status. Six 5 6 on channel 2.
Go for 656. Go for it. She's doing field.
$180.
188.
1295 Como Avenue, on investigate female brother high pitched sound, phone disconnected within 88 meters of this address.
Copy in a row.
30 minutes.
Well, unfortunately, We are. I'm not going to run out of gas, I don't think. But how's it going? Good. Good to see you, Bob. You don't know where the battery is on a Durango, do you?
You know what? It might be one of these where they've got it in back.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
People passed out at the pumps here too.
Do you? Oh, well, I'll stop over there. It looks like it, but that's a circuit board. It looks like a battery, but it's. We opened it up. Don't take anything apart that we can't put back together. All right, I'm watching YouTube. I'm watching YouTube. All right, guess what? It looks like it's in the back.
Your battery is probably under one of the back seats or some crazy shit.
Well,
you hear me?
I'm looking at the YouTube right now.
Yeah, it's crazy because this is the Durango or what is it?
Yep. I'm looking at the YouTube. Okay. They're saying it's underneath the passenger seat here. Okay. Well, that is really some weird stuff. Maybe you can jump it out. Hey, look at YouTube says it's under the passenger seat. Yep, there it is. Unbelievable. Yeah, the battery's under the passenger seat. Getting to it's a whole other problem.
$5181 clear assist.
Oh, we got a mechanic calling me here.
I need some different jumper cables. I got some on my car.
I was just on to tell you.
It's underneath the passenger seat. Huh? Who put the battery under the passenger?
Case number is 159180. And the time was 21:42.
Sorry, I used the last three again.
The last three are 180.
Copy.
43 minutes. Plug 189.
Edmondale, Bravo Romeo Echo, Echo Zulu Yankee Yankee.
Edmondale at 43 minutes. 211. And the squad, this is the 296 East 7th Street. Speedway, there's a mountainside throwing things and threatening staff.
Cool, okay. Just say one, we can listen.
On 211, it's going to be a 40-year-old black male, 5'9" medium build, white shirt and shorts.
Howdy.
44 minutes.
My name is Fletcher, Bob Fletcher. I don't have any cars, but if you need me, just call. Patricia, what's her last name? What's your mom's name?
111.
Patricia James? I know who she is.
What?
How you doing?
458 Sherburne Avenue.
Bob, thanks.
For a domestic female with alienated male. Boyfriend does not want to pay
Yep.
his share of the bills and says he wants to leave with their daughter.
Copy.
45 minutes.
Well, that was worth it just for me to figure out where the battery is on this car. And of course, now that those of you that are wondering what kind of car I drive, you know it's a Durango. Gotta figure out where that squad's going. Good Hue.
Squad 124.
124.
Can you put me in front of 606 LaFawn, Charlie, Delta Golf 562? I'm code 4.
606 LaFawn, code 4. 46 minutes.
606 LaFawn, he's out there. LaFawn is 1 block north of Thomas. Dale's 620, so he's just east of Dale and north of Thomas. Said he code 4, but.
And 124, can you confirm that it's stolen?
Oh.
Affirmative. I am showing that is the stolen vehicle. Coming back to a white Volvo.
Received, it's unoccupied.
Found a stolen car that's unoccupied. You'd be glad to know my wife called to make fun of me and tell me that my son knew where the battery was. My 15-year-old son, who knows everything about every car there is, called to tell me it's under the seat. Who puts a battery under the passenger seat?
We got that one. We got the mail at 731.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
We have the mail at 731. He was just trying to fight somebody.
Copy mail at 731.
I don't know if I mentioned that we were in a chase with those, I think I did, but we were in a chase with a stolen car, a Mercedes, the other day. You saw it on the news. The helicopter trooper actually got up and saved us from being able to
180.
find him. But
This will be clear, unfounded, with 175.
Carjacking.
28 minutes.
Driver of the stolen car that probably did the carjacking was 13 years old. So, and been involved in 7 other ones already. His mother, to her credit, if you haven't watched the video, on my Facebook page said, hey, she wants help. The judges just keep letting him out. She thinks her son's on a pipeline to prison. She wants him to have some control. The first time, she doesn't sleep good unless she knows her son is somewhere safe, like a jail. It's a very sad story, but the video from Care 11 is on my
29,
Facebook
how's
page.
traffic? Good for 49 minutes.
I still haven't eaten my cherry pie yet.
23.
A little extra energy here.
Sorry, Sparks, 23. 312.
$12.
1026 Rainy Avenue on a violation of protection. Suspect not on scene.
Copy.
49 minutes.
Well, I hope you're still enjoying this.
213, 225 on this, and myself and 213 will go. 283 and 262, please.
There's the squad. He's got to back up there in case the
23, give me on the call.
suspect.
260, I'll be clear, thanks.
I'll pull over just to pick
224.
take a peek at the computer-aided dispatch.
Vaz 220 and 283. And you can send me if I need.
Voice 225 to 350 Sibley for an unknown number of people in front of the building being loud.
Copy.
Well, you know, I do have a tendency sometimes to forget my next mission, like getting gas. So I want to thank you all for reminding me. I think I better head down there. Unless something happens on the way. I did run out, actually I ran out of gas twice in my career. Once on 35E northbound in a Chase. Back then the troopers had little hoses that would come off their gas tank. So a trooper pulled up alongside after Chase was over and filled up my gas tank. And then another time, my partner...
Car wash off inside with a silver sedan. Can't get the plate right now.
My partner Beeson and I...
52.
We didn't run out technically.
4483, I'm with her.
But we knew it was the end of the shift. We probably should have gone and got gas, but we just got a little lazy. We didn't get gas. And so as fate would have it, this was at 919 LaFon, the old A1 precinct office. So at 7 o'clock we got off work and we said, oh, they'll have enough. Unfortunately, the day shift didn't have enough gas. And so they ran out on their way to the gas station. That didn't go over too well with our sergeant. You don't ever leave the day shift with an empty engine again. So you can imagine all the poor day guys. They're all older than us. We were in our 20s. The day shift guys were like my age. Some young pup brings the car in on empty. So
211.
Our sergeants back then had a way of training us. Sort of like, okay, you guys, you'll be on a foot beat for the next couple days. Here's your assignment. No car at all if you can't fill it up. Those are the days, really. Just they coached you into doing the right thing. 43 years, there's a lot of funny stories, and only my wife really knows them all. She can tell them at my funeral, but I'm just not totally comfortable telling them now. But let me just say this. In the old days when you used to put the gas pump into your car and then you'd go in and let it stay warm while it was filling up,
225.
they don't let you do that anymore.
This will be advised, 220, 224.
Because the last thing you want to do is pull away without taking the pump out of the car. Not saying that happened.
Copy.
But if it did happen, it would have been really embarrassing. The worst part would be, have you ever tried to kink a gas hose? Doesn't work too well. Alright, we're headed to gas. We have some amazing medical services here in Minnesota. It's very fortunate regions. Children's United, Fairview, Hennepin. It's probably the best collection. And of course, right now with COVID, these nurses are just constantly putting themselves at risk. Out on the front line.
2163.
2162 and 2163.
2163.
600 Village Center Drive at Walgreens. Auto alarm covers front door, left center, several exits. Got video, but haven't seen anyone.
Walgreens up there in North Oaks at Hodgson Road and 96 just had an alarm.
2163, I'll go.
So those of you that were worried, I appreciate it. I still got a little bit of gas left. Here's our pumps downtown. Stand by, it won't be long. And while I'm pumping, I am going to eat my apple pie. No, cherry pie. Gas is pumping.
312 on scene.
Copy, 50 minutes.
I don't know if somebody's got the morning news Star Tribune. I'd be interested to see if there's a story about the Minneapolis Police Department making some cuts today.
3930.
Supposedly that was happening.
30. Sent you a parking complaint. Got it.
You know, I worked midnights for much of my career, and I guess everybody gets a different rhythm, but for me, I'd rather go to sleep after 2.
Squad 315.
315.
Clear advice 381 364.
Copy 5. Pitch 9 minutes.
211.
211.
PPV, Smith and Cherokee.
Smith and Cherokee at 1 o'clock.
if you hear PPV, that means he's making a proactive patrol or police visit. PPV. He's stopping to check on something, just make sure everything's okay. Just a way of getting it in the record. We got one at 518 Thomas, one on 2397 Palmer, one at 846 Johnson Parkway, which I think is the speedway there. Another one is Smith and Cherokee. So when it does slow down.
111, I copy your route to 981 Argyle Street. 4 to 5 people physically fighting in the street. And 1.
110, could you send me that?
101.
All right, we're gonna run out to that 985 Argyle Street. Just off of Front and Lexington, out there.
314, 321. Trying to copy a shots fired complaint. One caller from 960 Rose Avenue East because they advised westbound on Rose, shooting from 2 vehicles. They heard 2 shots, pause, and several more.
In row. 321, I copy.
Well, maybe we'll
We
run
have a
out.
second caller now. 953 Rose. Heard 5 shots, correction, 8 shots. Somebody moving from east to west.
953 Rose.
Copy.
There's fewer cars out now, so when there's cars that are leaving a scene, obviously we got a better chance of actually coming up with the cars, just because there's less out here as well.
314. Third caller now. Heard 6 shots fired. Think somebody's trying to break into her house at 952 Maryland because she heard her window shake and now the dog is barking.
Well, we got 3 callers now, so that means it's probably legit.
Copy. $300, can you send me that call, please?
Sorry, Route 103.
300 just asked for the call. He's the supervisor in the East District.
Both of the shots fired. New caller, 964 Rose Avenue. They advised 8 shots north of their address.
sure we're not in any conflict with any squads here. That's a big problem. You don't really want to always use your red lights because sometimes cars will decide they don't want to drive by you. On the other hand, when you use them sometimes, if you see a car turn,
5181, report for.
Yeah, sometimes that's suspicious.
105.
There's a car turned down this alley.
$21.62. 21.62. Billy is secure. 314, that last update, is that from the 952 Maryland count?
Affirmative. 952 Maryland. She's the one that thinks somebody might be trying to get into her house.
Received.
Okay.
Squad 305 will be headed to the Maryland address.
Copy.
So it's actually further east in here. It's down by Forest, but
83 copy.
Forest I think is 940. So, but we're gonna work our way on the side streets. Usually they stay on the side streets. This is Arcade.
3 and 5. Can you note call comment line number 10?
Just the big thing was anybody
3
hit?
and 5 is the note number 10. See number 11 as well.
Remember, we were kind of in this area on that other shots fired from the guy on Earl.
Squad's getting into the area. One of our cops called back. Casey's in front of 964 Rose.
Casing's in front of 964 Rose. So that's where we're at. Right here. Squad is there already.
I'll head there.
So we are going to turn
Yeah,
around so we don't contaminate. We don't contaminate their scene.
447, clear PT.
Casing's in front of 964 Rose.
166, case number. 2184, 526. 5184.
That's the sound the car makes when it doesn't want you to hit the curb.
2023 Lexington 214. Medics going for 20-year-old male. 315.
315.
Any shots fired at this 952 Maryland Ave. One window with 2 bullet holes in it. Any recent shots? Not tonight.
What was that address with the damage to the window?
952 Maryland address.
Copy, I'm making note. I'm not seeing anything in prayers for you.
Plymouth Voyager, 109.
So this lady's got bullet holes on 952 Maryland, which I don't know if they came through from Rose. The casings are on Rose. unusual if they shot from both sides. But if they're out there shooting, they're probably not going to bed right away. And usually the shooters, they don't stay on the main streets. Like Maryland or Payne, they work their way south on Earl or Forest, maybe even side streets. By the end of the day tomorrow, we'll know who the intended target was. There'll be some connection to something else going on. I mean, in 80% of the cases.
5186.
1324. Send an AOA to your mobile. It's an address check. Make contact with an RO to see if her vehicle is unreported stolen. Received.
We're just gonna head south down toward south end. Lots of times people
110, you can show me the area.
retreat.
At 110.
Comfort area.
Can I get the CN over there?
312, your case number in rating is 159215.
Copy.
11.
Terrible streets. Now, a lot of times what we'll do is somebody in that neighborhood probably has a Ring doorbell, and everybody's computer security system is different. Some people record 24 hours a day, so they can go back. Some just record when there's movement. But more people today are actually recording on a regular basis, and
5184
we get great video from home security systems that help us identify what the car looked like, what kind of car we're looking for. And as you've seen on television, a lot of times we have
4433.
multiple shooters.
Red 734 November Victor Yankee.
Video has really changed our job, I'll say that. Video on the internet, social media.
112.
And even things like
44, any copies from the PD?
Ancestry.com, a lot of murders and rapes have been solved because
113.
people submit to Ancestry, not necessarily them, but their relatives. They find a pattern.
She said yes, but she did hang up on us.
That leads them to that family.
Okay,
They can research other
try giving her a call back, that'd be great.
suspects.
Affirmative 113.
Honestly, Earl Street got to be the worst street in the city.
111, thank you.
As far as smoothness.
22 arriving. 113.
Don't know how many of you are still awake, but thanks for hanging in there all night. Back to Earl and Hudson. Let's see how the
321.
sports bar is winding up.
I got a case in here in front of 995 Rose.
Case 995 Rose 114.
So if there's one in front of 995, and so we know that they were moving.
111, I got voicemail and call back.
Whoa.
Parking point 10.
We'll roll up the window so they don't know I'm a police officer. Quite a gathering out here at 1:15. The problem with crowds outside is that they are a target for drive-bys. DLM 959. That was the plate. Delta Lima Mike 959.
$69, 21, 69, 10. $69.21. 1627 Carl. 10 people fighting between that building and the 1623 building in the parking lot. 21 copy.
That's up in Fort Lauderdale on Carl Street, that call. Not many calls there, but St. Anthony still patrols
5184
Lauderdale.
cleared in. No need for fire. Copy.
Sheriff's office took over Falcon Heights. Yeah, not Fort Lauderdale, Lauderdale. All right, we're gonna.
111, I copy you wrong. And it sounds like the party from your previous call at Inglewood are now fighting and arguing in the parking lot. Caller did make some comments that sound like she might be possibly PIC, said that male was attacking her with his body language at 117.
Well, we're gonna have to stay down here for just a little bit.
315.
It's a little too much energy outside.
We'll be knocking on 957 Rose. They have a exterior camera.
See, 957 Rose.
Copy, cameras at 957 Rose. Somebody contact 117.
I got a camera there. Just gonna sit here for a little bit. Make sure everybody gets to their cars safely.
In the area. 20.
So we got another shots fired call at Duluth case, which isn't real close, but could be a duplicate for the Rose call. That's probably why they haven't dispatched it yet. Only one caller there.
Squad 124.
124.
Clear report 110.
At 120. And 124.
Go for both.
We're just gonna hide a little better here now.
Any caller 554 Central Avenue and the lobby says there's 2 males in the parking lot attempting to break into vehicles. Black males, 18 years old, in dark clothing.
You got me.
121.
Three-one five.
315.
I'm inside of 957. Rose checking cameras. What was the original call time? And then was there a delay?
First call came in at 1:02, and they say there was a 2-minute delay.
Copy, thank you.
Problem.
So a lot of times this is just what we do. We just kind of wait.
Yeah, the squad is just 211 for an alarm. 240 Grand at Burger King covering the back door.
217 will assist.
Copy. And 225, I copy your note as well.
Sometimes it's alcohol, sometimes it's late night. Sometimes it's just the density and number of people.
Checking for a spot that could go to the Motel 6, 1739 Hudson Road on a domestic complaint. Concern is a fighting of 3 to 4 people in the parking lot. Some secondhand information. Security is watching on camera. Identifies that as a male and a female in a red Lincoln. Male sitting the female.
On 23. 302, I'm just clearing from Rose. I can head down there.
Take your car back.
316, my current calls will be clear. Report. I can take primary.
Where's this copy? I'll show her house primary.
324.
324.
I'll be en route in a couple of moments. Cancel the boss.
302, you can be cleared when we put back on rolls.
Well, let me just see what other
Surgery, thank you. No, you can just leave me clear.
questions you might have sent in.
Clear 123.
Please. 224.
1234 Rice Street. There's a female pounding on Comp's door with something in her hand. A Hispanic female wearing a straight black shirt.
20 guys.
Well, none of my old partners, somebody has a question, and my old
124.
partners still work. Mike Beeson does not, but his son, Bobby Beeson, works for the St. Paul Police Department. That's kind of fun for me to have his son working there. And Bob Luna was another one of my first partners, and his son, Brian Luna, works for us at the Sheriff's Office.
111. And hi, copy your en route to 554 Central Avenue.
Pat Finnegan
Pardon me, the AOA of 389 St. Anthony Avenue.
didn't have any sons, or well, not that would matter, but his daughters did not go into police work.
With this party several times today, they said they had a planned overdose.
And
We have no history with the phone number. The address I found was in East, but that was of 2019, and the phone singing was in 300.
none of the people that I started with are still in police work.
324.
324.
Negative results. You can mark it GOA. I contacted them en route to the Super 6. Copy 125.
Just gonna sit here to make sure everybody gets safely on their way. There aren't many bars open with a lot of energy. EJP 155. Echo Juliet Papa 155. Well, let's run that plate.
John, if that's you knocking coming in. Front is locked.
126.
Well, someone just sent me a text saying the DJ at Mounds Park Bar is telling people I'm outside. Well, if that's true, I'm just here to make sure everybody gets home safe. And that no one does a drive-by. Because, you know, occasionally people do drive-bys down here. But I'll be disappointed if people don't wave to me at least.
Bravo 107 on channel 3.
Oh yeah, now they're looking this way. If you got a friend at the Mounds Park Sports
Check your
Bar,
status.
phone them and tell them to wave.
I'm good. Copy that. Thank you. 120.
4480, it's going to be 2120 Mississippi Street.
Copy.
Sounds like the troopers are chasing somebody down on the freeway.
$224, be on the block.
Copy.
Was that Burger King where it's forced entry?
Over.
Send me that, I'll start over there.
Copy.
Two and three.
213.
211 and 225. Need help down there.
225 negative. It looks like whoever was here already left.
We're in 5 case number 159223.
Proceed.
130.
Probably not. They hit it last night too.
Well, looks like a carload of more people showing up here.
Right. I'll be 10.
Most bars close at 1. They have to be out by 1:30, but there is a provision. How you doing?
You alright? R.P. Nipsey, man. We outside 157, man. You already know we coming, man. What shit, man? You already know we coming, man.
5184.
You watching?
5184.
R.P. Nip! Oh, fuck!
You can tell me the 911 hang up and pending.
Yeah, I think the gangsters have figured out I'm here.
When you have a moment, can you please call data? 130 what?
110.
110.
GOA with 124. I can take your theft.
Copy. 2 suspects stole color scooters just now. 2 white males in their 20s, one wearing a red baseball hat, last seen southbound in Albert.
So I got a question about the cars and why we're driving Dodges. Our car of choice is still the Explorer. But we're trying out some different cars. I'm going to advise this young man to drive a little slower. Hi.
Ain't that like right? I'm going home right here.
Yeah, well, can you drive a little slower?
Yes, I got you, sir.
You got you? It's a loud muffler you got there. You got a lot of power. You gonna hit me in there or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got off of work and I was meeting my little cousin.
Me too.
On my way. I'll stay right here.
I know it's kind of fun to hear it, but it's not exactly legal.
Okay, I apologize.
Carry on. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna break here and we can take care of that DOC. Hey, Ryan. Network. 1051 Cessna. Cop's girlfriend was refusing to leave. Now outside, slashing our cop's tires. Silver Impala. Nigerian black female, pregnant with man. There's a gun. Network in 130. 5184 in the area.
Well, it looks pretty much like most have departed.
4483, copy. Azure 10.
Copy.
When clear this call, other squads are still up. Some of the DOC.
Boy, glow!
That case number is 159 180. And the time is 21:42.
Copy that.
134.
Probably should have grabbed that guy's plate. He's still yelling at me out the window.
After that, let's do 134.
I'm gonna slowly start heading home. Probably stay on the air till 2. See what happens. My friend Joe Cunningham tells me that my voice puts him to sleep.
321.
I don't think that's a good thing.
I'm inside 1174 Forest, looking at a camera. Is Tyson still on scene with the camera?
Hey, from Guardian.
So he's at 11.
Could you meet me at the front of 1174 Forest, please?
He's up at 1174 Forest. They got a camera on that house.
Yeah.
So he's found 3 cameras now, trying to get a video of the car that was shooting.
$39.30, or correction, $39.26 is firing out. Yeah, cool.
321.
321.
Looks like a suspect vehicle. Looks like a silver, older style Saturn sedan. 2-door.
Silver, older style
Copy. Suspect vehicle on camera. Silver, older style Saturn, 2-door. 136.
Squad 316.
So that'll help a lot.
This is going to be Claire GOA. Can you please pull up CN for a DOC at the same address?
Yep.
12324, I'll be on it as well.
Copy. 137.
arriving, engine miles 609.2.
I think
Copy.
I'm going to have to get more pizzas. And a little heater in the back.
5184.
You can put my call in pending, I'll be able to 5186.
Copy.
Say,
86, we're making contact with
I know.
Gentleman on the west side of the building.
I appreciate and honor that a lot of you are sending me friend requests. I don't think we're going to be able to approve them all just because the numbers are so high. And I have to be fair to the people that I represent, I have to approve the ones in Ramsey County, the people that I actually serve first. So if you don't get an approval, please don't take it personal. It's just got to limit the number, and we'll try to be regular when we do this show, if that's the reason, just so you get notification, so you'll know ahead of time. If you just check the page as to when we're going to go live.
47 them all.
Copy.
Copy.
We're going to head north on Arcade here, which of course turns into Highway 61. Slide through a Maplewood call or two on the way. As I go by Sunrise Bank, just a shout out to Rick Beeson, was the original president of St. Anthony Park Bank before the merger. Just a really fine person, and did so much to help the community. I think he's a trustee of the university now, but just a great person, and I'm enjoying working with him over the years. Of course, we're going up Arcade. To the right is the Phelan Golf Course. As I mentioned, one of the golfers had his car stolen right out of the lot there earlier tonight. Of course, the lake is over to the right there.
5184.
524.
Even clear squads.
I'm going to slide up Frost. As I mentioned, I spent most of my childhood here in Maplewood, behind the old Maplewood Bowl, what used to be called the Hills and Dale area. And
142.
well, just a reminder for those of you that are on here, just be respectful of each other. Apparently there's been some bad language being used. I can't see it myself, but I
4483.
just got a text that there's some bad language. But I'm gonna shut down here in a minute anyhow. I'm gonna drive by Fleet Check Fields, baseball fields. It's where I grew up playing baseball, right here on Frost Avenue.
Squad 316.
A lot of good memories.
Third advise, 324. And can you please show me a team riding?
Copy. 143.
Right there on the left here, Mr. Fleetcheck, who deserves a lot of credit for building these fields. He used to have a sporting goods store here. So a lot of us kids grew up playing baseball there. Used to have wooden fences. It's the biggest kick when we actually hit a home run. And all three fields had fences. Nothing better than actually hitting one over the fence. Roger Superette used to be here. I think Roger Crummel.
160.
His daughter Kim Crummel and I went to school together, right up there, right along the trail.
171.
I think I might have mentioned it before, but
361.
Moose Lodge here, Moose Lodge. That's where I was in Boy Scouts, Troop 193.
373.
Forey Schmid was the scoutmaster.
373.
317.
378.
381.
381.
32.
32.
33.
33.
Daniel is about channel 3 for 0200 DOT. Have a good night, 145. Bar.
1200 was there.
Copy 145.
Down here to the right as we go down County Road B. Oh, it says road closed. We'll see if it's closed. Weaver Elementary's here. couple of my kids went to school here, but Madeline Weaver was my first grade teacher over at Gladstone, and then she got sick, and at some point they named the school after her. And then in another couple blocks I'm going to conclude. The memory of John Glenn. This John Glenn, of course, orbited the Earth. I think that was 1960. A couple years later, this John Glenn Junior High School. Back then it was junior high school. Was built. Looks like it's getting a huge facelift right now. Yep. That's where I spent 5 years, actually, back then. Across the street here, Desi Dickerson lived, who ended up playing in the drums for Prince later on. I think he lives in Tennessee now, but drummer Desi Dickerson playing for Prince. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for your interest. It's for something crazy happens in the next half hour, I'll certainly come back on live. But feel free to send me a text 651-448-3810.
4483.
And we'll try to answer as many of the questions as we can. So we're
Can you air me the caller's phone number, please?
Conner Road B in White Bear, just across the street is the Maplewood Police Department.
Caller's phone number is
And the Maplewood Community Center.
0693.
On the corner here, my old friend Colette Wicklander used to live.
You're welcome. 147.
Have a good night.